Your eyes carry more than just simple pigments and reflections of light. They are portals that reveal your true spiritual essence. When we talk about the chosen, we are not speaking of superiors, but of souls with specific missions in this earthly plane. Have you ever wondered why some people look away when you observe them? Or why strangers feel an inexplicable trust in your presence? It is not a coincidence. These are signs that something special resides in you, something that goes beyond the physical world and common explanations. Ancient spiritual masters always knew the eyes are the visible manifestation of the soul. They reveal overcome pains, accumulated wisdom, and above all, the divine calling that pulses within you. When you understand these signs, you begin to understand your true nature and purpose. In this video, I will reveal the 5 visual signs that appear in the eyes of the chosen. Signs that go unnoticed by most, but are instantly recognized by those who share the same calling. If you identify these signs within yourself, it means that the universe is trying to awaken something powerful in you. It is not about being better than others. It is about recognizing your original nature, your unique mission. Many carry these signs without ever understanding them, spending their entire lives feeling different, without comprehending why. Today, you will finally understand what your eyes already know. My name is George, and I share these teachings to help the chosen awaken to their true potential. Now, I ask you to follow this channel and activate the bell to receive more revelations about your spiritual nature. Let's begin this journey of self-discovery together. Have you ever noticed how some people avoid your gaze? How they look away when your eyes meet in hallways, meetings, or even casual conversations? It is not their shyness, nor a coincidence. It is your first sign of being a chosen one. Your eyes carry an intensity that penetrates layers of protection that most build around themselves. People feel this instinctively. Your eyes seem to read my mind, or I feel like you see right through me, are phrases you have probably heard. It is not just a penetrating gaze in the physical sense. It is a spiritual connection that transcends the visible, reaching what is hidden beneath forced smiles and calculated words. The chosen develop this ability because they see energy, not just matter. While most see only faces, expressions, and gestures, you perceive essences, intentions, and old wounds. Like an emotional scanner, your eyes capture the contradictions between what someone says and what they truly feel, between the social mask and the inner truth. This gift did not arise from nothing. It was forged through deep pains, painful betrayals, and challenges that seemed impossible to overcome. Each disappointment broke a layer of illusion within you. Each emotional wound sharpened your perception. The universe allowed you to suffer to develop a discernment that few possess. Your own experiences created a mirror within your eyes. When you look at someone lying, you recognize it because you have faced lies before. When you detect pain disguised as indifference, it is because you too have hidden your own pains. It is not judgment. It is recognition. It is not invasion. It is profound understanding. People sense this ability and react in different ways. Some feel exposed, vulnerable, as if a precious secret is being revealed without permission. They become uncomfortable because they are not ready to be truly seen. That is why they withdraw, make excuses, create distance without ever explaining the real reason. Others, however, are drawn to that same gaze. Those who seek truth, who are tired of superficial relationships, feel finally understood. They gravitate naturally toward you, even without understanding why. Your presence represents a rarity for them, someone who can see them completely and still accept them. That intense gaze functions as a natural filter in your life. It repels those who live by appearances and attracts those who seek authenticity. It is both a mechanism of protection and a social compass. Unbeknownst to you, you create around yourself a circle of deeper, more meaningful relationships, even if in smaller numbers. Many will try to convince you that there is something wrong with you. They will say your gaze is intimidating, that you should smile more, appear lighter. Do not believe it. The discomfort your gaze causes in some is not your fault. It is a reflection of the truths they are not ready to face. The gaze of a chosen one is not a weapon, but a light. It does not judge. It illuminates. It does not invade. It reveals. Over time, you will learn to temper this intensity, not to diminish it, but to use it wisely. You will understand when it is time to see everything, and when it is time to allow people to keep their protective veils. This first sign, the gaze that sees too much, is just the beginning of your journey of self-discovery. It is the external manifestation of an extraordinary internal sensitivity. Do not fight against it. Do not try to normalize yourself. Your distinctive gaze is a gift that few understand, but that many need to find in this world of so many masks and so little truth. There is a fascinating phenomenon in the eyes of the chosen that transcends scientific explanation. It is not about the color of the iris, the shape, or even the expression. It is a peculiar glow, a luminosity that seems to emanate from a deep place. Ordinary people notice it without being able to precisely define what they are seeing. They just feel that there is something different. This glow is not a matter of genetics or light reflection. It is a vibrational quality, an energetic frequency that transcends physical matter. When you look at photos of yourself from childhood, you may notice that this characteristic has always been present, even before any spiritual understanding. It is like a signature of light that accompanies your soul, regardless of the body's age. What truly makes this glow special is its ancestral nature. Eyes that seem to carry memories of times you have never consciously lived. A silent wisdom that was not acquired in the few years of this existence. Many people who are close to you will intuitively feel that they are conversing with someone who has lived far more than your chronological age suggests. This ancient gaze reveals itself especially in moments of silence or contemplation. When you observe the horizon, when you dive into deep thoughts, or simply when you rest your gaze on something ordinary. It is in these moments that the glow intensifies. Moments when the soul seems to come close to the surface, revealing itself through the window of the eyes. Many people will have the inexplicable sensation of having known you before. Have we met somewhere? Is a question you have probably heard numerous times. It is not just a social cliché. It is a genuine feeling of recognition. Something in their spiritual memory reacts to your presence, as if ancestral cells of the spirit recall a meeting from other times. Modern science may attribute this phenomenon to familiarity or coincidence, but ancient spiritual traditions recognize this signal. In many cultures, from ancient Egypt to Tibetan traditions, eyes with ancient glow were considered markers of souls who returned with specific purposes. They were identified even as children, and often directed toward roles of guides and advisors. This glow has a curious effect on others. Even skeptical or materialistic people feel something different in your presence, a sense of depth that they cannot explain rationally. They feel drawn to your intuitive wisdom, even when you do not explicitly talk about spiritual themes. It is as if they recognize a teacher without any formal class being taught. In moments of crisis or transformation in someone's life, this glow in your eyes becomes especially magnetic. People in suffering or confusion feel inexplicably comforted by your presence. Without you doing anything specific, your gaze conveys a silent message. This too shall pass. I know because I have seen many cycles complete. This quality in your eyes also explains why children and animals feel naturally comfortable by your side. Beings who have not yet developed complex mental filters can perceive energies more clearly. They recognize in your eyes a familiar, welcoming frequency that refers to the shared origin of all souls, a memory of the spiritual home. The ancient glow in your eyes is not only a sign for others, it is also a constant reminder for yourself. In moments of doubt or forgetfulness of your purpose, just a sincere glance in the mirror is enough to reconnect. You will see beyond the reflected image, beyond the temporary identity. You will see the eternal traveler who inhabits this body, carrying wisdom from countless journeys through time and space. There is an intriguing phenomenon that frequently occurs in the lives of the chosen. Strangers approach, and without any preparation, begin to reveal deep secrets, painful personal stories, confessions kept for years. This third ocular sign is perhaps the most surprising in everyday life. Your eyes create a field of spontaneous confession around you. The scene is familiar to you. Someone you have just met, perhaps the driver of a rideshare app, a new coworker, or the person in line at the coffee shop, suddenly feels compelled to share something intimate. "I don't even know why I'm telling you this," is a phrase you hear constantly. The truth is that your eyes convey a rare quality that disarms people's defense mechanisms. This power to induce truth does not come from communication techniques or psychological strategies. It is a natural quality of your eyes that reflects the composition of your soul. Unlike gazes that interrogate or pressure, your eyes offer a safe space, free from judgment. People feel, even without rationalizing, that they can let their guards down in your presence. Modern science may partially explain this phenomenon through micro-expressions and body language, but it misses the spiritual dimension of what is really happening. Your eyes emit a frequency of deep acceptance that resonates with the fundamental human desire to be seen and fully accepted. You offer without words what everyone seeks, recognition without condemnation. This special characteristic in your eyes developed through your own journey of self-discovery. Because you have faced your internal shadows, because you have accepted your own wounds and contradictions, your eyes do not display fear in the face of others' imperfections. The absence of judgment in your gaze comes from reconciling with your own imperfect humanity. The effect of this welcoming gaze is profoundly therapeutic for those who receive it. People leave conversations with you feeling lighter, as if they have released a weight they had been carrying for a long time. Without you needing to say anything specific, your eyes communicate. Your story is safe with me. Your pain makes sense. Your secret does not diminish your worth. Many chosen ones with this gift naturally work in caregiving and healing professions: therapists, nurses, teachers, spiritual counselors. Even without formal training in these areas, you have likely served as a confidant and informal counselor for many people. Your eyes function as a silent invitation to truth, a portal for emotional catharsis. This sign in your eyes represents a fundamental aspect of your mission as a chosen one. You create safe spaces in a world of masks and performances. In a historical time where people feel increasingly isolated, even surrounded by digital connections, your eyes offer something precious, the possibility of being truly seen and accepted without edits. There is a personal price to carrying this gift. You often absorb the emotional energies that people release in your presence. Painful stories, difficult confessions, and dark secrets may accumulate in your energy field. Therefore, Learning practices for energetic cleansing and protection is essential for those who carry eyes that induce confession. This gift is not just about listening to secrets. It is about creating moments of healing through unconditional acceptance. When someone is truly seen, without judgment, something profound reorganizes within their soul. Your eyes function as sacred mirrors that reflect not only who the person is today, but who they can become when freed from the weights of the past. This is the true magic of the eyes that bring confession. We live in an era of constant noise, notifications, alarmist headlines, shouted opinions, people competing for attention. In this chaotic scenario, the fourth sign of the chosen manifests as a striking contrast, the deep silence that inhabits their eyes, a quietude that paradoxically stands out more than any shout. This silence is not empty or absent. It is full and present. Your eyes communicate a peace that does not depend on favorable external circumstances. It is a tranquility that remains even in crisis environments, a serenity that is not shaken by provocations or chaos around. People sense this rare quality without exactly understanding where that feeling comes from. Children are the first to recognize this sign. Without the mental filters of adults, they intuitively perceive the safety emanating from your eyes. Children who are normally shy or suspicious of strangers feel comfortable in your presence. They approach naturally, seeking contact, as if they recognize in you a natural guardian, someone who vibrates at the same frequency of purity that they do. Animals react similarly. Restless dogs calm down near you. Normally reserved cats seek your proximity. The spiritual explanation is simple. They respond not to your physical appearance, but to the vibrational frequency of your energy field, which expresses itself through your eyes. They feel the absence of threat, the presence of balance. Entire environments change when you enter. Have you noticed how heated discussions lose momentum when you approach? How conflicts seem to dissipate? It is not a coincidence. Your silent presence acts as a natural harmonizer of chaotic frequencies. Your eyes convey a message that does not need words. Peace is possible. The solution exists. Balance can be restored. This silence in your eyes did not arise from an easy life. On the contrary, it emerged from your toughest battles, from the moments when you faced internal chaos and survived. Each crisis overcome, every dark night of the soul traversed, every pain transformed into learning, contributed to this quietude that now inhabits your gaze. It is a silence forged in the fire of trials. People often confuse this silence with shyness or passivity, but nothing could be further from the truth. What your eyes carry is contained power, controlled strength, authority that does not need to be imposed. It is the quietude of someone who knows deeper truths than immediate appearances, who has seen cycles complete and understands that the present moment is just a frame in a much larger film. Your silent presence unsettles those who depend on chaos. People who feed on drama, who thrive in conflict environments, feel naturally disarmed near you. Your peaceful eyes function as a mirror that reveals their unnecessary agitation. That is why some people may avoid your presence or try to provoke reactions in you, an unconscious attempt to validate their own turbulent internal state. This silent quality of your gaze is one of your greatest tools for transformation. Without needing elaborate words or complex arguments, you convey a fundamental truth. Peace is our original nature. Silence is our natural state. In a world that has forgotten the value of quietness, your eyes are living reminders of a different way of being. There is a unique moment in the experience of the chosen, an intimate encounter with their own essence that occurs before the mirror. It is not vanity or superficial contemplation of appearance. It is a profound phenomenon where suddenly you perceive something different in the reflection of your own eyes, as if someone else is looking through them. This experience generally happens when you least expect it. Perhaps during an ordinary routine, while getting ready in the morning or before going to sleep. Suddenly something changes. The gaze that returns from the mirror seems older, wiser, deeper than your everyday identity. It is a moment of recognition between your conscious self and your higher self, between your temporary personality and your eternal soul. Many chosen ones report a strange sense of familiarity in these moments, as if they are finally remembering who they really are. The reflection shows not only who you are now, but who you have always been beyond time and space. It is a glimpse of your original nature, devoid of the conditioning, traumas, and limitations accumulated in this life. In this sacred encounter with your own gaze, a deep understanding about your purpose often emerges, not through words or specific visions, but through an inner certainty that transcends common logic. You simply know that you came for something meaningful, that your presence in this plane has a purpose that goes beyond ordinary existence. The eyes in the mirror reveal truths that your conscious mind may have forgotten upon being born into this world. They show the courage you needed to accept this earthly mission. They reveal the greater purpose you agreed to fulfill. They reflect the sacred calling that resonates at the center of your being, even when obscured by everyday distractions. We have traveled together through a journey of the 5 ocular signs that mark the chosen. Signs that many carry without fully understanding their meaning, without realizing the power that lies behind these visual manifestations. Now is the time to integrate this understanding and recognize the greater truth that connects all these signs. Ancient wisdom has always taught us that the eyes are much more than organs of physical perception. They are energetic portals where the soul manifests more visibly, where the essence faces fewer barriers to express itself. In all spiritual traditions, from the Egyptian mysteries to Eastern meditative practices, the eyes hold a central place as revealers of the true nature of being. The intense gaze that sees too much, the ancient glow that transcends time, the eyes that induce spontaneous confessions, the deep silence that transforms environments, the revealing reflection in the mirror. All these signs are different facets of the same fundamental truth. You carry a unique energetic signature, a vibrational frequency that cannot be completely hidden or disguised. Many chosen ones spend years trying to fit in, diluting their light so as not to disturb, modifying behaviors to be accepted. It is natural to seek belonging in this movement, to try to harmonize with the collective. But there comes a moment in the spiritual journey when this movement needs to be reversed. You did not come to dissolve into the crowd. You came to shine in a unique way. Your eyes have never conformed to this game of appearances. Even when you consciously tried to adapt, diminish, normalize, your eyes continued to emit the original frequency of your soul. They remained faithful to your essence when all the other parts of you may have yielded to the pressure to be like others. That is why you have often felt uncomfortable in social situations. Your eyes were revealing truths that your words and gestures were trying to hide. Recognizing these signs should not feed the ego or create a sense of superiority. Being chosen does not mean being better. It means carrying different responsibilities. Each of these ocular signs also represents a call to serve in a specific way. The gaze that sees beyond calls you to help others see their own truths. The ancient glow brings the responsibility to share timeless wisdom. The eyes that bring confession ask you to create safe spaces for healing. The deep silence calls you to be an anchor of peace in chaotic times. The encounter with your true self in the mirror reminds you of the greater mission you agreed to fulfill. The current world urgently needs what the chosen have to offer. In a time marked by superficiality, your eyes bring depth. In a period of manipulated truths, your gaze offers authenticity. In an age of artificial connections, Your presence provides true encounters. This is not just a personal journey of self-discovery. It is a purposeful awakening for the collective. Perhaps you still doubt. Perhaps you think we are talking about someone else, not you. This humility is understandable and even expected. It is part of the nature of the true chosen, to question their own calling, to doubt their own light. But notice how people react to your eyes, how they behave in your presence, how they open up without apparent explanation. These are external confirmations of an internal truth. The signs are there, visible to those who have eyes to see. They are not coincidences or random characteristics. They are spiritual markers, visual codes that identify souls that have accepted specific missions in this plane of existence. When you recognize these signs in yourself, you are not only discovering something about your identity, you are remembering agreements made even before this life began. What to do with this knowledge now? First, accept. Fully accept who you are, without trying to diminish your light or question your worth. Secondly, take responsibility for the gifts that accompany these signs. Cultivate these gifts, consciously develop them, use them with wisdom and compassion. And finally, find others who share these signs. Create community with like-minded souls who understand your experience without needing many explanations. If this content has touched something deep within you, if you have recognized yourself in the signs we have described, share your experience in the comments. Your story may be exactly what another chosen one needs to read to awaken to their own truth. Tell us which signs you identified most in yourself, how people react to your eyes, what unique experiences you have had because of these special characteristics. Together we form a network of mutual recognition, a collective awakening that has the power to transform not only our individual lives, but the consciousness of the planet.